Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 17. And Merry Christmas to everyone. Hopefully, if I've planned this correctly, this episode should be coming out on the 25th of December, Christmas Day. And as it's Christmas, I thought I would do something a little bit special, a little bit different. Step away from the base and the to-do list and everything, and just do a nice little festive plan, as it were. Okay, so we have to go out and collect a few bits and pieces. But first, let's stick all of that on. Yep. Cool. Right. So, the plan for today is up on this mountain over here, we've got a little bit of snow. Now, I've already started collecting a few bits and pieces, but I think I've decided not to use their stuff. So, on this nice patch of sand here, I am going to be placing a nice little festive hut thing with a nice little campfire, place to sleep, place to eat, very nice and homely, you know, quite festive and safe. And then over here, using this tree behind me, I will be making a Christmas tree. But in order to make it all look festive and get the right colours and stuff, I need to go out and grab a couple of other blocks. So we need to head back. Would help if I was pressing the right button. We need to go back to the base. Where I have been doing a few bits and pieces behind the scenes. Started stepping into the create mod a little bit, and this contraption I will get onto maybe later, if not definitely after the new year. Anyway, to the storage room. Okay, so we need some stone. Just a couple of stacks will do. Let's put this stuff away. What else do I need? I need... grab a couple of chests. Going to grab one of those because I want to make a bed. What have we got in terms of dye? Have we got only that? Okay, we'll have to fix that later. What else do I need? Oh yes. We need some baubles. So essentially grabbing all the bits that we need to not only make the hut, but also decorate the Christmas tree. So these are our baubles for the tree. Now the question is, do I have enough to make green ones? Let's have a look. Should be able to take that. There we go. And then we'll craft these into blocks. And then I think I will need the chisel, which I put over here. So yeah, I have been doing a little bit behind the scenes, obviously just playing and trying to progress a little bit. There we go. Let's take that. And what did I want? I wanted that one. There we go. So yeah, I've dug down into the pit a little bit more. Oh, keyboard stopped working for a second then. There we go. What are you doing down there? Thank you very much. Anyway, I have been digging a little bit down in this hole over here. And that goes right down, and you might just be able to see some diamonds right down there. But that I will get to in the next video. This video is strictly Christmas based. But something else I will just show you is this lovely path here. Okay. So I've actually put a dedicated path down to the cave. So yeah, path down from the surface into the cave, instead of using this haphazard one block thing. It's an actual dedicated path that also goes into where we will be housing the dragons when we go out and collect them. And I think I've come up with an idea, but I'm going to use the Christmas period to plan it out in my creative world, just to make sure it all kind of works. Right, checking our map here. Might need to go for a sleep first. But checking our map here, I was looking for... Might have to use the TARDIS quickly. But I was looking for... I thought it was here. I think it's this over here. Let us sleep first. And then we'll go out and collect some more stuff. Whee! But yeah, just been pottering around doing a few bits and pieces. As and when. I haven't been on in a while, actually. Just because of Christmas and things like that. Been preparing. And then, of course, planning this video and trying to sit down and record this video has been interesting. Alright. Where is the biome I seek? I think it's slightly further up this way. Can I find it? Tell you something, the elytra definitely do make it easy. We'll find out as I get near. Yeah, this looks like it, I think. redwood, and it literally is red wood, which is exactly what I was looking for. Did I see a single? Nice. Right, let's go and pop what we have in the chest by the base. And then we'll go out and collect the last few bits and pieces that we need. The main bit now is just the wood for the hut, which isn't too bad. And look at that. It's not looking too bad at the moment. Ooh. Flying over our location, here we go. Eee. Right, chuck our baubles in. That's fine. Gonna need that and that. Actually, I'm going to take that back to the base and make that into a bed. That's needed. Oh, just in something else that we're going to need as well. Grab some of this kelp. Where are we? We're over here. So looking at my screenshot that I've got, yeah, it's these two, which are spruce and spruce. Just spruce and spruce. The dark oak wood door, I think that is. I haven't picked up nearly enough kelp as I should have. Bed. Keep on top of my inventory, keep everything nice and tidy. So that one can go in there, and that one can go in there. Right, I need some more kelp. A lot more kelp than what I picked up. Okay, maybe this is a little bit too much, but we'll use it. Right, we'll dry this stuff up. So that's that one and that one. Right, spruce. Spruce wood. Which is this stuff. I've started laying out chests like this just so that it's easier to kind of contain everything. And I've tried to do it in terms of what I kind of have the most of. So generally I use a lot more, or I have used a lot more dark oak and spruce log than I have the other stuff. But I've also done that with one of the other, I think I did it with the barrel that's down at the starter base for the animal farm. That's due to come in an upcoming video. So before we actually get into the build, let me just let you know my plans for the Christmas period. So, today is the 25th of December, Christmas Day. Now, obviously I've had this scheduled, so it's gone out automatically. So as you're watching this, I'm spending Christmas with my family, as people should do on Christmas. It's a good time to spend with family, I think, anyway. After this episode, I will take about 3 weeks off. So you'll have 3 weeks with no videos. This will allow me to celebrate a little bit more, take some time off, recharge and things like that. And then a good couple of weeks after the new year to find out what's happening with work, things like that, work a couple of shifts, sit down and actually record some of the videos and get them ready to upload. So the next video after this one should be second or third week into January, which should mean I should still get at least 2 episodes out in January. But that's the plan anyway. That's what I'm hoping to do. Obviously, life happens, so we'll see. But let's not let that discourage us, shall we? Let's crack on. So, I need all of this. And then I want to see what power I've got. Ooh, quite a few. Very nice. Gonna stick that one in there. I already had a door. That's actually very annoying. Oh well. I'm gonna take another stack, I think. Because what I need is spruce vertical slabs. But then it's going to be like a log cabin. So you know how generally a log cabin is interconnecting logs, where you've got some logs going front to back and some logs left to right, and they kind of interlock and things like that. It's that kind of thing that I'm going for. This might just be enough. But obviously that does mean that we need all the wood that we can get, really. But that should be enough. In fact, I think that's more than enough. There is one thing that we are actually missing, though. Need some sticks, which I could probably actually have used. Some of the spruce. And then we will need to sleep before we even step back outside. That. For a nice little campfire. Fireplace. Right, and sleep. And I think a nice festive time lapse is in order for this. Nice. Right. Using the materials in this chest, let's build a nice Christmas scene on top of my Xmas hill. Let's get to it. Okay, so here we have the finished festive hut and the beginnings, well, and nearly the endings of our Christmas tree. The only things missing, and the reason I stopped, is I'm missing a wreath type object for the top of our door here. I'm also missing, and I want to put, 2 candy canes out the front here, but I'm missing some white wood. So I'm going to pop over to a pale forest to go and pick up some of the white wood needed to make some white fences. But to do that, I need to go back to the base and use the TARDIS to get to a pale forest. The closest one on our map is not that one. It's this one over here, Pale Garden. I could fly, but that will take a while. So I'm going to go use the TARDIS to take us there. And then, obviously, the other thing missing is the star on top of our tree. So when I create the fence gate, the fence, I will stick the star on top. But firstly, TARDIS and Pale Garden. Whee! Had a lot of practice doing that. Right, past our little scuba gear recharge station. And into the TARDIS. It's really handy having this, because I could use the telepathic interface and just have a look for the Pale Garden. Let it find it. Biome found. And off we go. I've also been doing some renovating out here in the TARDIS. So as you can see, I've added a corridor out the back here. Just kind of knocked through to the back wall. And I've started putting in some corridors and things. One thing that I'm trying to add in, because eventually I do want to reopen the fob watch and make myself a Time Lord again. Where did I put it? It's not down here. It's the next corridor. In here, I'm going to create the Zero Room, which when I regenerate, it will stop any negative effects from the regeneration, which normally includes things like poison and nausea and other horrible things like that, potentially hunger as well. Right, let's stick the shields on. And let's go grab a few pale oak samples. You guys can find it out. Oh, there goes that tree. And I have got at least a sapling, which is good. And that's another tree. Obviously, I don't want to take too much. I still want to have a pale garden. Although the good thing is we have picked up enough of the saplings to at least create a tree back at the base. But if I can pick up just a little bit more. Don't quite know where I'm going to put it. I might put it in the wood storage section in our storage room. But what I do want, and it might be something that I have to actually create rather than find is a creaking heart. Because you can do very fun things with creaking hearts. I'm not going to say them out loud because they might not happen. But and now, of course, it's the mission to remember where I left the TARDIS. Oh, this is going to be fun. I need to go on top of the trees. Let's do this one. Yeah, I think that's enough. Time to find the TARDIS and get back home and finish our Christmas build. Just up on the... Oh, that's on top of the tree, isn't it? Yeah. And then that'll be on top of that tree, won't it? Like that. Cool. Right. If I can find a way on top of a tree, then I can kind of go from there. Okay, how can I not see it? Although now that I am on top of the tree... There it is. And I left the doors open. How careless of me. I think there is a creaking heart nearby. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We can come back and do all that stuff later. Yes, I do quite like creating all the different corridors. Hallways, aquatic. Let's put one of those in there, just for fun. We can do one of those. I don't suppose I could put... Nope, didn't think so. Which completely cuts this section off up here, because now it means I can't create another thing. Oh well. I know we're back home and all, but it might be quite nice to have the effects when I'm nearby. Right, looks like it is turning to night, so let's sleep as soon as we can. Picked up a fair bit of the pale oak, to be fair. And I will be adding these saplings to the tree farm as well. So something else that I'd like to do in this episode, before saying farewell for the Christmas period and the New Year's, is I have been told there is something very special waiting for me over at Spawn. So once we've finished with the pale oak and we've made our candy canes, put the star on our Christmas tree and everything, I'm going to head over to Spawn and see what might be awaiting. Because I do like a surprise me. That can stay where it is. And that can come with me. Then we've got enough stuff up the other end. it does just look so Christmassy. And we're about to make it even more so. I am going to move this chest. It's just something to put everything in while I'm building. There we go. Right, and what do I need? I need those bits. Those bits. Actually, let's put that away in there. I have no idea how much of this I'm going to need. I think... can I make any more? Yeah, that should be enough. Okay. So the way I kind of plan this out is going to be a red one. Sorry, a white one, then a red one, then a white one. Oh my god, they're so small. Kind of need to do a little bit of a one of those. What I could also do, if I was smart, and lastly another one of those. It's one of those, one of those. Yeah, that'll work. I could have done wool or something like that, or just the plain blocks, but I think that kind of adds something a little bit more. I don't know. One, two, three. I am going to need a couple more. It's literally just the white ones. Because it's one of those, and one of those. There you go. And that leaves one very special pale oak fence to get on top of this tree. Let's see if I can't land this. Take two. Nice. That one on there. And I did look at different designs. That's the best thing I can do without thinking too much about it. So taking that off. Now see, that looks very festive indeed. You've got the candy canes, you've got the festive hut, and you've got the Christmas tree. The only thing I'm missing is the bush. I'm just trying to think. So you can do that. What about... I've got an idea. We're in the right biome for it as well. There they are. Some sweet berries. I had thought of a wreath in the shape of one of the bushes that I've got. But instead, what I might do There's a little piece of mistletoe above the door. That works. I like that. Christmas tree with presents, candy canes, and a nice, cozy... In fact, let's move the crafting table inside. Right, the next question is, can I move the rest of this on the inside? There you go. All nicely done. Oh, dirt at the back. I need to sort that out. But I can sort that out. It's at the back, it's fine. But nice and cozy and relaxing. And out the front, nothing but festive cheer. Merry Christmas, everybody. Now, before I log off, let's go see what's up at spawn, shall we? Luckily, I'm not massively far away from spawn. Oh, that is great. Oh, I like that a lot. Nice Christmas tree, and I'm loving the present. Ah, I have a secret Santa. That's just sweet. Taking a screenshot of that one. I like it. That's cool. Let's have a look what's inside. Shulker boxes. That is very nice. 3 shulker boxes full of Iron Man suits. Thank you very much, my secret Santa. I will certainly find a place to put them. In fact, what I'm going to do is leave the present here as a nice little bit of decoration. But I will seal it back up like so. There you go. And I'll put the quartz back in there. But I'll take the Iron Man suits. Nice. Well, I guess that's it. And as the sun is setting over our spawn here, behind my secret Santa, there's nothing more to do than to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the new year. Have a good one, everyone.